It's a story that is creating a lot of buzz and a lot of interest. Now, I don't play online competitions, but I do enjoy exercising my brain cells off and on playing chess online. To get to the bottom of what exactly is unfolding, I'm joined by Pravin Thipsay, the third Indian to attain the mark of a chess grandmaster. Pravin, chess is usually a sport where controversy is left to battles off the board. Are you surprised with Magnus Carlsen's conduct?
Uh, yeah, I think it's a bit surprising that it's not only withdrawal, resign in the game yesterday, but also on the 4th of September, he's withdrawing after losing that game against the same opponent, Hans Niemann. So I think that has raised some issues. See, let's come to sports in general and sports ethics and sports practices. So generally there has been a traditional cheating where A wants to lose deliberately to B so that C benefits. I mean, this has been happening in many sports, and there have been even in IPL people are accused having this being done. This has happened and is always as a cure because the strongest one also always emerges. I mean, silly allegations had been made by Viktor Korchnoi against Anatoly Karpov in the World Championship match that somebody was, if somebody brought a coffee, then it would mean you're better or something, a player this move. So that sort of allegations are senseless. And Fischer also had made some allegations against the Soviets, which FIDE didn't find much stuff. Now, while this is happening and it's not a serious problem, chess has a different issue now. A few years back, chess Indians started playing well. And today, there are several competitors, hundreds of competitors, programs which are able to play better than the world champion. So now that creates a situation because in a game like chess, external help has been banned all these years. Obviously, A cannot ask B what to play. That is absolute cheating. And those instances were less because eye contact is not permitted, talking to other players is not permitted. Now here with this Indians coming in and Indians being your guide, if you're able to hide a chess playing competitor on you, whether it's on the board or off the board, then it's really going to affect better because in such a case, you could beat anybody. And that is where on the board has a greater value than online chess. For simple reason that is online chess, there are two cameras, yes, but you have to show your competitor, but it's still possible that somewhere in the room you have kept a device which is giving you the best moves. And that's why FIDE does not give any titles for the online tournaments.
Okay, we'll get to that later on as we continue this discussion. But as world number one, Pravin, do you think that Magnus has a greater responsibility in setting the right example?
Yes, I think it's a bit sort of awkward for chess fraternity because in other sports I think such behavior is not permissible. I mean, you give a walkover in a tournament, probably it's not done. But here, of course, it's his own tournament, so nobody is going to remove him from the tournament. At the same time, when he lost to the same player on 4th of September and he withdrew from the tournament, which was not his tournament, of course, but he made that gesture, which means that he is convinced about his opponent's some way of cheating. And how he is convinced, he is not able to explain. He is not able to provide any evidence for that. Now, there are two sides. Like this boy is very young. He is not even 20. And he could be really a great talent. At the same time, some of his moves, particularly against Carlsen, were really extraordinary. But again, the boy is not winning all the games. So, one doesn't know. And Carlsen is sure that this player is cheating. At the same time, he has no reason to say it in public because he will be required to give some evidence. And surely, although there's a lot of frisking and checking during this Springfields on 4th of September, the no cheating device or no way to cheat was found on Hans. And he didn't play very well with other players also. So there is a ground to 99% one could say that he is innocent. And that's the reason why I think Carlsen finds it awkward to make any allegations because he has no proof substantiating that. And that's a big awkwardness. And in that case, I don't know if he's sure about that. I don't know what recourse he has. He cannot allege something which he cannot prove.
Now, the premise of any sport is honesty. Niemann has maintained that he had cheated in the past, but he does not do so anymore. Why are the top players not buying it? Because if beating Magnus Carlsen becomes such a big story, even India's Pragnananda beat Carlsen a short while back in a blitz and a rapid competition. So, is there more here than meets the eye?
Yes, I think it's quite serious because that's what I say. The player is not even 20, and he could actually be innocent, and he could really be improving very fast. Now that allegation, if it's wrong, then we have to see what happens to innocent child who is in teens and could be a future world champion, and perhaps the child could be seriously demoralized by these acts of Nakamura, direct acts by Nakamura or indirect acts by Carlsen. I don't know what could be. I don't know what reason Nakamura had to say it in public, and I don't know that defamation laws and something will come in picture as well. But because both are from USA. But with regard to Carlsen, he's not made any allegations. But yes, and yesterday's game there is no question of cheating because he just played one more and resigned. So there is no question of cheating. But yes, what he means was on 4th of September, there was some cheating, and he is not going to play against the same opponent. Now, same opponent is not winning every game. If he was using engine, he could probably win every game. That's not happening. So it's, I think, a bit irresponsible to allege like Nakamura did. What Carlsen did is a milder way of doing it. I would say that he is not accusing anybody of anyone. He's just taking a decision where he is convinced of something and he doesn't want to make any accusations, and he doesn't want to make allegations without any proof or evidence with him. So I think he opts out, which is, I think, a lesser evil than what Nakamura is doing. But perhaps there has to be some way trying to find, or FIDE must try to find out some way of preventing cheating if it is taking place, because I've seen rampant cheating taking place in online, and of course offline as well. There are some players who were, I would say, never caught, but were suspected to be cheating, and nothing was done against them. I mean, nobody said they cheated but they suddenly played well in some tournaments. Still, they become grandmasters. That sort has happened. So it's
Okay, since you said that, I'm just going to take that up. Say I'm playing an online event, I'm on the live stream. How do I cheat?
well, there is one camera which shows you and one camera which shows your computer. So direct cheating is not there. But say 1 feet behind your screen, you have a big mobile or another device, and that probably displays some engine, and the engine gives you the moves. That sort of possibility is there, and that is where I think because in a tournament, if you are there, then the arbiter is watching you. In a hybrid tournament, arbiter would be watching you, and it would be impossible. But here you are in online, you are at your phone, and although you show yourself, you are not, entire room is not seen all the time, and perhaps somebody giving you some hints somewhere is possible. Although I haven't seen a recording of these particular tournaments. They don't make it public. But yes, it's extremely difficult that way because you have to show the room. But yet there are cases of cheating, because I stopped playing online because in one of the tournaments I gained some rating points after the tournament, saying that chess.com told me that 3 of your opponents were found cheating, so we are restoring your rating or something. So I know they have their own ways. The portals have their own ways of proving, or whatever you call it, or presuming cheating if they have some specific rules about that. So here, but cheating looks very difficult because if I have to show you what is there in the room, then probably it's impossible to cheat. But yet in online, cheating has been there. So there must have been some place where you don't really detect a small mobile or somewhere which gives the best moves as the Indians do. In offline, it's much more difficult because arbiters are watching you. Hybrid tournaments, there's a solution, but hybrid tournaments have different problems. Normally, the people from the same city will be the arbiters, and there could be some arbiters who want players from their city to win and cheat. So in a hybrid tournament, is an issue that arbiters allowing players to cheat can be a possibility, which has happened also in some of the events.
On a larger note, is cheating possible when you play face-to-face? Elon Musk recently mentioned something about anal beads.
Yes, in fact, I'll quote one of the examples from a Delhi tournament in 2015 in April. There was a tournament, a good prize money tournament sponsored by BJP. Actually, it was a government of India. It was named after Dr. Hedgewar. So it was a Prakash Trophy, first Prakash Trophy tournament of in memory of Dr. Keshav Hedgewar. And there I was 4 out of 4. Then I was playing against a player who was rated 1,500. I suspected that he was taking some help, Indian help, because he wasn't playing any bad moves. And I reported to the arbiter, and arbiters, Dharmendra Kumar, Arvind Singh, very competent arbiters. They told me that you have to play this game and they will freeze the opponent after the game. And that's what the FIDE rules say also. So I played, I made a mistake on move 61 or 62, whatever it is. I lost the game. After the game, he was taken to a room where he was frisked, and there were journalists and the Air Force officers and police and everybody. So in presence of 20 people, it was found that he had 2 mobiles on him through which he had a way of communicating his move to a friend in Haryana, and the player would send back the move. And this way he was taking a help of very basic computer, but it was strong enough to beat me, because even then the technology was very strong. 2015, they had some of the computers which could beat human beings. So this actually happened to me. But okay, it was because if I hadn't protested, then probably he would have become the champion, because I eventually became the champion of the tournament and he was removed from the tournament. He was barred. But yes, it has actually happened to me, and he was frisked and the mobile was found on him. But if it was wireless or some device inside his ears or whatever it is, I don't know. He had earphones in his ears and they were taken out with the help of magnet. So everything was proven eventually. And thief was caught, but cheating had actually taken place.